So there was a man named Jeffrey from Washington, and he just wanted what he paid for. After losing his case at trial, Jeffrey wanted to appeal the verdict. And a trial transcript is super important for an appeal because it is a word-for-word record of everything that was said during the trial. So Jeffrey paid $700 to the court reporter named Shanna, and the court set a deadline for Shanna to complete the trial transcript. The problem was, not only did the first deadline pass without Jeffrey receiving any transcript, over the next 2 years, 6 deadlines would pass. And throughout all these delays, Jeffrey sat in federal prison. In fact, it was actually during the last hearing on getting the transcripts that Shanna revealed she actually lost all the notes and all the tapes, basically all the records that she had from Jeffrey's trial. She says she just could not find them anywhere. After Jeffrey heard this, he punched her in the face. I'm kidding. Right after hearing this, Jeffrey filed a lawsuit against Shanna and her employer, arguing that she was blocking his right to due process because his freedom was taken away without the ability for him to appeal. Most people think that an appeal is like a do-over. It's like a second chance. It's actually not. You don't get to introduce new evidence. You don't get to introduce new arguments. The appeals court only looks at the record, which includes like the trial transcripts. Basically, they'll look at what mistakes were made and determine if those errors affected the outcome of the trial, okay? Coincidentally, right after the lawsuit was filed, Shanna was able to find part of the trial record, but she also responded to Jeffrey's lawsuit by claiming that she was entitled to absolute quasi-judicial immunity. And if you don't know this, absolute quasi-judicial immunity is not only a mouthful, but it also is a concept that protects individuals who perform functions that are like a judge or do jobs that are essential to the judicial process. And if a person is entitled to this immunity, they can't be sued for money, like for monetary damages. And so Jeffrey's case made it all the way up to the United States Supreme Court. And in a unanimous decision, the Supreme Court basically said, Shanna, girl, you are not a judge. They basically explained that a court reporter's duties are what's called ministerial acts. Basically, these are the things that a government official is required to do by law as a part of their job. Another important part of the decision was the recognition that court reporters don't have discretion, which means they can't use their personal judgment to decide what they're going to write down in court, and they can't refuse to deliver the record when it's requested, which is why court reporters are not entitled to absolute quasi-judicial immunity. And that's the law of the land to this day. So tell your friends. If you're looking for easy-to-understand legal documents, check out the Pro Se blog Patreon. There you'll find a catalog of legal papers like motions and objections, videos where I break down certain legal documents. Plus, you'll find our new community chat room where we can support each other through state and federal court battles. Court is hard and pretty isolating, but with the right people around, it gets easier. Check out our Patreon today.